Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Alex and this is TechFlow. Before we get into today's video, I just want to ask you guys, is everyone alright? Drop me how you guys are doing in the comment section down below. I want to hear back from you guys. Today we are comparing two massive, and I mean earth-shaking Bluetooth speakers, the Edifier MP700 and the JBL Extreme. Let's do this. So what better place to start off than the box? Right from the bat, I prefer the JBL Extreme box over the Edifier MP700. It's just a lot more appealing, and you know what, if I saw these two things on a shelf in a shop, my eyes would instantly go to the JBL Extreme. And then that is pretty much the same for the unboxing experience as well. I found the MP700 by Edifier really difficult to get out the box, where the unboxing experience for the JBL Extreme was a lot easier and calmer, and I didn't have to shake anything about. As soon as you get into each box, you will find each Bluetooth speaker respectively, and you will also find a charging cable. JBL have gone down the annoying route with a massive brick, whereas Edifier have gone with a simpler route, just the little transformer. Props for Edifier on that one. I don't want to be carrying around a massive charging brick. So that's the boxes out the way. Let's talk about the physical appearance of each device, starting with the MP700. Now the first thing you notice with this speaker is its enormous but metal high quality handle. This thing is absolutely gorgeous and it clicks into place. It has three different mechanisms: upright, back a little bit more, and then pretty much just back all the way. And back all the way pretty much means you can use this thing as a stand. You can physically tilt the handle backwards and then tilt the speaker backwards to project your awesome sound from your MP700 up into the air, which is a really cool feature. Props to Edifier for that one. As far as carrying around the JBL Extreme, we've got a really cool strap which attaches to both sides of the speaker, and this is really cool because it allows you to sling it over your shoulder and pretty much just forget about it and have both of your hands free. Moving back to the MP700, let's talk about the design and how durable it is. With the MP700, we're actually going with a plastic glossy finish, which is absolutely fine. This speaker has had numerous alcoholic beverages spilt on it, and I've been able to wipe off those beverages really easily, and you know, it hasn't affected the speaker in any way whatsoever. And pretty much it's the same deal with the JBL Extreme 2, except we're going with a nylon silk type finish. Now this thing is also splash proof, waterproof, beverage proof, alcohol proof as well, but I found with the material on the MP700, I found, you know, with it being an actual plastic, it's a lot easier to clean and make it look new again, whereas if you spill a little bit of water on the JBL Extreme, it's kind of hard to wipe off, and it's sort of a, oh, I'm just going to leave it sort of thing, which isn't good. I prefer the MP700's overall design. One of the most striking things on the JBL Extreme is its two passive radiators either side. Now these things are absolutely massive, measuring in at 3 inches. Now these aren't actual subwoofers, they're only passive radiators, and they do look really cool, but these things are meant to be portable speakers. You're meant to be rugging them around with you outside the house, in the wilderness, wherever you are, wherever you want your music, you're meant to be rugging these things around with you. And this is the first major concern of mine with the JBL Extreme. Do you guys not think that it was a stupid idea to have those speakers fully exposed on either side? And yes, I know I've tested this myself, I've physically prodded each speaker and they don't seem like they're going to break, but I just feel like if they were dropped onto a rock, it could rip the passive radiator on the side, and it is a little bit of a worry. I think the Edifier MP700 takes the crown for the most durable out of these two. Along the top of each speaker, we have dedicated pause and play buttons for your music, volume up and down buttons, a dedicated on and off button, and on the JBL Extreme we've actually got a funky little button right in the middle which looks like two little triangles, and pretty much what this is if you have two JBL Extremes, or more than two, or maybe 10, you can link them all together, which is really cool. I've actually personally got two JBL Extremes, and linking these things together and having a stereo image sound from these two things is absolutely awesome. Like, really cool. As far as connectivity is concerned, on the MP700 we're looking at the charging port and auxiliary input, and yes, this thing does include the 3.5mm cable in the box, and we've also got a USB output for charging your devices, which is absolutely awesome. Over on the JBL Extreme, same thing goes. We've got the charge input. We've also got a auxiliary line in, except this speaker doesn't come with an auxiliary cable, which is a little bit of a shame, so props to Edifier on that one. But with the JBL Extreme, we've actually got two USB outputs for charging two devices at the same time, which is really, really, really cool. So yeah, Alex, we get it. The JBL Extreme's box is more eye-catching than the Edifier's. The JBL Extreme is easier to unbox than the Edifier. The Edifier is more robust than the JBL Extreme. We want to know about the sound quality. So, well, take a listen for yourself. So to make that a fair test, I haven't told you guys which speaker was which. And I'm going to give you 5 seconds now, right now, for you to decide in your head which one was better, the first one or the second one. And I'm going to tell you guys in 5 seconds, right? Time's up. The first one was the JBL Extreme and the second one was the MP700. The reason I did that was so you guys couldn't have any biased choices. I wanted you guys to hear the sound properly for yourselves and have an unjudgmental sort of idea of which one you guys think sounded better. Now these are Bluetooth speakers, they're meant to be outside. Now how loud can these things go? What I've done is gone ahead and put these things at the end of my garden, had my camera at the other end. They were probably about 15-20 meters away from the microphone on my camera, and they both sound pretty much the same volume. Again, the first one you're going to hear is the JBL, and the second one you're going to hear is the Edifier. Now these are both very, very, very capable Bluetooth speakers. The Edifier says it can have up to 8 hours battery life, whereas the JBL Extreme says it can have up to 15 hours battery life. I actually got around 6 hours out of both of these units, so I'm not sure what's going on there. JBL, sort out your website, because you're just giving us false information, which isn't true. But personally, I think the JBL takes the crown for the best sound out of these two. It's a lot more punchy with its two passive radiators on either side, and the highs are just really, really, really vibrant. They're probably a little bit too vibrant, however, this is a Bluetooth speaker. It's meant to be outside and you're meant to be listening to music nice and loud. It's not meant to be sounding crisp and on point like, let's say, some KLK Rockets would. It's meant to sound really good, and it's meant to sound good outside of the house, not in a confined room. The Edifier, though, is where the mids shine. Listening to male vocalists on the Edifier was an absolute tour de force. But dubstep and high tracks, I'm choosing the JBL. So there you go. That was my quick look at these two larger side Bluetooth speakers. Personally, if I could have one myself, I would choose the JBL Extreme just because it's suited for the music I personally listen to. But if you like male vocalists and singing, the Edifier is an absolutely awesome choice, and personally I think the Edifier looks a lot nicer and a lot more professional. But I'm 18 and I want it to look freaking cool. I want to turn up with a speaker and I want people to turn heads. I don't want something to look all fancy and nice, seeing as I'm going to be taking it out into the outside and it's probably going to get trashed anyway. But yeah, that is the little review that I've done for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. My name's been Alex, you guys have been awesome, and this has been TechFlow, and we'll see you in our next video. Adios.